So this story comes from Kentucky. It's about a man named David McAtee, and you should know his name. His picture's below me. This man was a popular barbecue chef in Kentucky. And so back in 2020, you had some rioting and protesting, and there was a curfew that was set. And so the police and members of the Kentucky National Guard, they wanted to go and enforce that curfew. And so this man was at Yaya's Barbecue, which is his place that he owns, and police officers began firing pepper balls. And one police officer in particular was firing pepper balls at his family members. So David McAtee responded like many of us who own firearms would have responded. He grabbed his firearm and began firing back. And as a result of that, the National Guard went to lethal rounds, and this man was shot and he passed. So the former Louisville police officer who fired those pepper balls has been indicted. So let's get more into this story. And so former Louisville Metro Police Officer Katie Cruz is accused of violating an individual's rights while acting as a police officer. And the reason why she has been indicted and faces up to 10 years in prison if convicted is because she fired a pepper ball at a person while that person was standing on private property and was not posing a threat to the defendant or others. And that person is David McAtee. And also his niece and his family, who were standing on David McAtee's private property. He owned that place. There was no reason to do what she did, and she got this man killed. And so Cruz fired several pepper balls onto this man's property and almost hit his niece in the head. And it was only at that point that David McAtee decided to take his firearm and return fire, because those rounds may not have been distinguishable at the time from other ammunition. And as expected, the police officers and two members of the Kentucky National Guard returned fire, and David McAtee was struck down and he passed before the paramedics arrived around 5 minutes later. So once again, this man lost his life because a police officer was just unaccountable. And many people don't even know who this man is. They have no clue about David McAtee or his story. And I better hear every libertarian and every liberty-loving person speak out about this. This man was killed on his own property. Speak up. Seriously.